Well, hello there, history enthusiasts.
Hello, we're back.
Welcome to people who accidentally clicked on this podcast thinking it was something else.
Oops.
Welcome to Touring History, where we pretend to be experts on things that happened before we were born. I'm Lane.
And I'm Dave. Well, almost all of them before we were born. Today
Sometimes.
is May 15th, and we're back with our signature blend of historical facts and hysterical facts that we
Uh,
definitely didn't just look up 5 minutes ago.
no, that would be irresponsible history tab keeping.
Yes.
That's right, folks. History like reality TV, but everyone's dead now.
Ah,
But first, let's talk birthdays because celebrating people we've never met is apparently what we do here.
that's right. So, Lane, speaking of birthdays, L. Frank Baum. Who is he? I don't
Yeah.
know, Dorothy. Who is
Tell,
he?
tell us, Dave, who is L. Frank Baum?
Well, he'd be turning 169 today. Boy, that'd be
Oh,
gruesome. If he wasn't, extremely dead, he wrote The Wizard of Oz, which taught us
oh,
all that if you want to go home, just click your heels together instead of buying an expensive plane ticket. And make sure you're
yeah.
wearing ruby red slippers.
Yes, I have mine on now. Birthday today, Madeleine Albright would have been 88 today. She
Ooh.
was the first female Secretary of State. You know what they say about female Secretaries of State, Dave?
They don't take dictation? I'm sorry, what's that, Lane?
They they're secretaries of state who are
Oh,
female.
oh, right.
I really thought I had something there.
Yeah. Well, moving on, tennis star Andy Murray, the Scotsman, turns 38 today, known for winning Wimbledon and having the emotional range of a wet tennis ball during interviews. I can't talk right now. I've got to go have some haggis.
We've also got some social media people because
Oh,
apparently that's what counts as famous these days.
true.
Mm-hmm. Inanna Sarkis turns 31 today. I hope I'm saying her name right. She's an actress and content creator who makes videos that my niece watches instead of developing social skills.
Oh, get out of that bedroom. Alexandria ASMR turns 30 today. She whispers into expensive microphones and makes people feel tingles. Are you tingling? When I whispered, they just call security. Get him!
Chase Hudson, also known as Lil Huddy,
Little
turns
honey.
20. Lil Huddy, what's up, Lil Huddy? He
Hey,
turns
little.
22 today. He's a musician and one of the original TikTok stars. When I was 22, I was eating ramen noodles and trying to figure out how to work the laundry machine.
Yeah, ditto here. Meg DeAngelis turns 29 today. She does lifestyle and DIY content. I tried DIY once. Now I have what my landlord calls structural damage. Look at those cracks. Wow.
Dave's been here, I can tell.
Oh boy.
Jazzy's World TV turns 14 today. She does interviews and skits, and at 14, she's already more successful than both of us combined. Actually, kind of depressing when you think about it.
Well, Belushi, not to be confused with John Belushi, but Belushi turns 24 today. She's a
Hmm.
variety streamer on Twitch. I asked my son what a variety streamer is, and it apparently means, quote, playing video games while people watch you and give you money, end quote. Where was this career option when I was choosing my
Can we do that now? Can you and I
Yeah,
play some games and get paid
I'm
for
going
it? That
back.
sounds good. And Mira Riyadh turns 29 today. She does gaming and IRL streams. IRL means in real life. If I'm explaining that to you, you're as old as we are or older, which is apparently something we need to specify now. Hey, I'm living in real life as opposed to not real life.
Duh, which means duh. You know what all these influencers have in common, Lane?
No, they make all more money than we do.
Exactly. Well,
Oh,
so let's move on to history before I need to update my resume.
all right. Historical events on this day in 1536. Anne
Ooh.
Boleyn was tried and convicted of adultery and treason. Turns out dating Henry VIII was like being on a reality show where getting voted off meant literal death.
Off with her head. In
Yeah.
1940, McDonald's opened its first restaurant in San Bernardino, California. And the world's arteries have never been the same since.
You know, I went to that original McDonald's site once.
Get out. Really?
No, I didn't. I don't know why I keep making these things up. I've never been to California. I've barely been outside my apartment this week.
Yeah, I was going to say that place is probably gone. It's probably a parking lot or part of the 405. In 1941, the first British jet aircraft, the Gloucester E-28, took flight. Oh, that's a Scottish aircraft, sorry. The British were like, you know what would make this world war better? Faster planes.
Yes, all the time. In 1972, Alabama Governor George Wallace was shot during his presidential campaign. He survived, but was paralyzed from the waist down. Politics in the 70s was like Twitter arguments, but with actual bullets.
Oof. On May 15th, 1988, the Soviets began to withdraw from Afghanistan. After 9 years, they were like, do you know what? This place is unconquerable. Good luck to whoever tries next. Go ahead,
Spoiler,
U.S.
spoiler alert, it was us. We
Us!
did. And guess what happened?
Well, same thing happened. All right, moving on. In 2006, Google launched the beta of Google Trends, not Google Friends, a marketing analytics platform that revolutionized how advertisers track public interest. Well, it was like a online stalker, but for everyone. And somehow, it's legal.
And in 2010, Instagram crossed 1 million users, a major
Wow.
milestone in the influencer and brand marketing trajectory. Now, teenagers can make millions by pointing at text that appears on screen. What a time to be alive!
Wow, it's so easy. Now that we've established that everyone is more successful than us, let's take a break to hear from our sponsors, Lane.
Today's show is brought to you by the Baum Mason Jar Facebook group.
Wow, that's right. The online community for people who believe everything is better when trapped in glass with a metal lid.
You know, Dave, I visited the group this week, and I got to say,
Uh-huh.
these people take preserved foods very seriously. One
Uh,
lady got into a 3 day argument about proper headspace for pickled beets. Three
what?
days. That's longer than most of my relationships.
Oh, ho! I saw that. And did you see the guy who built a shrine to his great grandmother's canning recipes? Kind of strange. He lit candles around a 100-year-old jar of preserved peaches. I'd love to dig into those. Pretty sure that's how horror movies start.
The trend now is aesthetic canning. It's not
Huh?
enough to preserve food anymore. It has to look like an Instagram post. People are adding flowers and herbs that serve no purpose except to make the jars prettier.
Ah, my favorite post was from the woman who tried to pickle her wedding bouquet. Turns out flowers don't pickle well, Lane. Who knew? Her
Oh,
anniversary dinner included what she described as swamp water with floating petals. Yum.
these all sound like such tasty recipes.
Yeah,
Join the
sign me
Ball Mason Jar Facebook group. They're going to love this ad, Dave, where their motto is if it exists, someone in this group has tried to put it in a jar.
up. Are we still not getting paid for this, Lane?
They're definitely not paying us for this. Let's get
All
back to
right.
history.
All right. Well, and we're back. In 1987, a U.S. Navy pilot survived 6 days lost at sea in the Pacific. 6 days. His name was Lieutenant John Hulvey, and he basically lived the plot of Castaway, but without the volleyball for emotional support. Wilson!
Man, I can barely survive 6 hours without Wi-Fi, so that's pretty impressive.
Me too. And in 1991, Edith Cresson became France's first female prime minister, breaking glass ceilings and taking names. In French.
Oh, yeah.
Mais
Très
oui.
bien.
Wow.
In 2013, Angelina Jolie revealed she had undergone a preventative double mastectomy after
Huh?
learning she carried a gene that significantly increased her risk of breast cancer. That took incredible courage to go public with, something so personal.
Yeah, what do they call that? The BRCA something gene? Anyway, that's
I don't
just,
know, Dave. You're smarter than me.
well, not really. It really did, and it led to what doctors called the Angelina effect, with more women getting genetic testing and preventative care. So thank you, Angelina.
Yeah, that's public service. It's great.
Brave.
Brave. And in 1957, Britain tested its first hydrogen bomb.
Ooh.
The Cold War was basically countries saying, my bomb is bigger than your bomb. And somehow we all survived that.
My bomb's bigger than your bomb. My bomb's bigger than yours. And in 2020, the COVID-19 death toll surpassed 300,000 worldwide. Wow. Remember COVID, folks? Remember when we all became experts in epidemiology overnight?
Yeah, I still have about 47 bottles of hand sanitizer in my closet and masks. So many masks. I could open a mask museum.
Yeah, and my hands, they're as raw and wrinkly as you can get. Still haven't recovered, really. You know what they say
Ah.
about pandemics, Lane?
Oh, it's that, Dave.
Well, actually, nobody says anything about pandemics because we're all trying to forget they happen. Too soon?
Probably. But when has that ever stopped us?
Exactly. And that's our show for today, folks. So join us tomorrow when we'll pretend to know more things about different dates and canning.
That's right. This has been Touring History with Lane and Dave. Remember, those who don't study history are doomed to hear about it from people like us who barely understand it ourselves.
Exactly. See ya.
Bye.